Hello everyone, Rissy Toothpick here, back again with some more Conway, the Disappearance at Dahlia.
Dad? Why's the door locked?
Oh, apparently
Can you let me in, please? I want to talk to you about something.
it's Catherine that was knocking at his door. But yeah, we're trying to find Charlotte May, who's been kidnapped.
Dad, I'm waiting.
Let's go talk to his daughter.
Sorry. Give me a moment.
Oh, what's that right there?
What's taking so long?
Hold on, there's a... Okay, that's weird. Can he close his doors? Because it's important that he closes his door, because he doesn't want her to know. I guess it doesn't matter.
Why was the bolt on?
Well, what with everything, one can't be too careful.
Fair enough.
What did you want to talk about?
I've just come back from having a very interesting conversation with your landlord.
Harold Levy. Really?
What do you suppose he wanted to talk to me about?
Well, actually, Catherine, I wanted to talk to you about that.
So he was telling the truth. You know, he was so close to pressing charges. And it's not my job to talk him out of it. I could have been arresting you right now. Or any one of my colleagues, whom I can assure you would not be as nice as me about it.
Why? He seemed fine after I spoke to him.
You trespassed and damaged his property. And don't try to talk your way out of it.
Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know, to be honest.
Why do you think he didn't press charges? The reason he didn't want the police searching in the first place was because he was hiding what basically amounts to chloroform. The same thing he used to drug Charlotte May. He had a gallon of the stuff.
I know.
Well, so why don't you arrest him?
It's a completely different brand.
Well, have you checked his orders? He might have switched recently.
I have.
Then why does he have chloroform in the first place?
He uses it to dilute oils. It's a side scam to rip off his customers. You would have known that if you were working on the case, but you're not.
Well, diluting goods is illegal too, surely. Arrest him for that, and you can interrogate him.
And all he'd get is a fine. And that would be the end of it.
I'm sorry, but...
You're not an investigator anymore, Dad. I know you want to help, but trust me, you're not. In fact, you're making my job that much harder.
Catherine, I was merely trying
You made me a promise. From now on, I just want you to honor it.
I can't.
Why not?
I promised Tony Morgan that I would help find Charlotte May.
Of course you did.
Thankfully, Harold Levy didn't press charges against me. He probably didn't want the police searching any more than they had to. It confirms my suspicion that Harold is up to no good, but I can't convince Catherine to investigate further. Am I wasting my time watching my neighbours? Mrs. Doer is old and frail. Is she even capable of such a thing as attacking a man and taking his child? I made Mr. Morgan an impossible promise, but if I stopped now, it was all for nothing.
Oh, so we're going to check out her manor. Alrighty. Now, I'm just going to say it. The lighting in that cutscene with his daughter, a little rough.
Mrs. Doer's home once looked out onto a field of dahlia flowers. Her husband built the manor house with shipping company money. Now it's surrounded by all of this.
Ooh. The little girl did play in her yard a lot.
There's that board.
Okay. Is there anything else of kind of value hidden about? Not really. There's that shoe.
That shoe is still on the roof. God knows why. Her poster is already in the gutter. Am I the only one looking for Charlotte May?
Oh, there's the police officer.
So this is the police's base of operations. By the sounds of it, they've forgotten all about Charlotte May.
What happened if Charlotte May's like in the basement or whatever in their area? Oh, they've been playing pool. I see, not doing their job.
There's a light on downstairs. Mrs. Doer is still awake. And here I am, spying on an elderly lady.
And it's strange that she's up this late. She had a phone go off.
Mrs. Doer's bedroom. That big house all to herself, and she only lives in one room. How age punishes us.
She got there. Oh, does she have like a secret compartment there, maybe? Yes, she does. Look at that. Sneaky old lady.
Now this is interesting. What is she doing under there?
She gonna hide them toys?
It looks like she's hiding something. But what is it? Well, that floorboard is my first port of call.
Now, why would an elderly woman hide children toys? Is there anything else of value? She left the box there for the moment. It'll probably be moved when we get in there. Oh, there's a cat somewhere. There's something we could take a picture of back there.
What could she be doing in the basement? And how did she get down there? This is getting stranger by the minute.
She might be old, but she can move. Or maybe someone else is in her basement. Well, that'd be cool if we see the light and then her up here somewhere. Distant sirens. Don't see anything important yet. Oh. Very blue. But there's a box.
I wonder if Levy will even notice his key is missing.
Wonder if we'll see who's coming.
I'd give anything to know what's in that box. Maybe it has something to do with what was hidden under the floorboard. That's my second port of call.
Okay, and she's coming over here.
Now she seems to be doing something. Dear God, that's not her at all. Mrs. Doe is in danger. Unless they're working together. I need to get a photograph of the intruder.
Okay, here we go. Big old twist. Are they gonna come out through the door? Oh yeah, here we go.
Dear God, I've got you red-handed. You there! Stop what you're doing at once! I said stop! You won't get away with this.
Walk right by the police. Police wanted nothing to do with it. Didn't hear nothing, but somehow the intruder heard him. Alrighty, so now we got to do some more observation. I observed a few suspicious things from my window. I need to investigate them further. What's under the floorboards? Find the box the intruder was using near the upstairs window. Alrighty, and I think we can just leave here. Oh, thank you for that, like, little fast
Whomever I saw
travel.
leave Mrs. Doe's home left in a hurry. Let's hope they don't return. Now, to break in without being caught.
They already cleaned up all the paintings on the road there of the girl's chalk. See if we can get through this
I
gate.
hope to God Mrs. Doe has gone to bed.
Yeah, just push through.
Smashed glass. I'd better be careful.
Yeah, try not to get hurt. He probably left the lockpick in here, didn't he? Okay, so we're doing this one again. There it was. What do you got for me here? Tea?
Oh, could be useful.
Damn. One try. It already opened up the door and we were able to keep it.
Hello, Mrs. Doe. Do not get caught, Robert.
I'd say she's an old lady, so she goes to sleep, she's asleep. Mrs. Dorr looked old and frail. Getting around her home must be a struggle. Lady Dorr lived in one room on her ground floor. Her home is mostly abandoned. In the notes, Lady Dorr is an elderly widow who occupies the old manor house next door to my block of flats. Last we spoke, she seemed to have little time for me and handed me a brooch. She lives alone, and I think it's safe to say that most people in Dahlia View know little to nothing about her. Her house looks like the perfect place to hide someone, old, dark, and mostly abandoned. Alrighty. So we'll just slowly but surely kind of explore the house.
Won't budge. Mrs. Doe used something to pry it up. I should have been more prepared. There must be something down here I can use.
Yeah, she had like a knife,
Old photo frames.
like a butter knife, and she used the base or whatever.
I hope none of my neighbours are watching me right now. What would they say?
But yeah, he's like he's watching the neighbors, the like criminals watching him.
It looks too hot to touch.
Why is the fire poker in the flame? Kind of go over here. It's like really nothing, so we might come back here later. Can we go through the door? Nope. That might be her room or something.
Makes my small flat look like a prison cell.
Yeah, she ain't messing around in here. She got all that wealth from her husband.
Should I have called the police? No. The intruder will be long gone by now. It's up to me.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, so apparently we can't read this one. Morning cleaning routine, dust, polish, and mop. Actually, let me turn it around. Nothing. This is all the things that happen during the day. But it's not important because he's not like taking a picture or anything, so. It's kind of like what the typical old lady would do. She kind of keeps an eye on everything, and any little thing kind of pisses her off.
And what are you looking at?
See here. I think that's it in here, so we can kind of move forward. Unfortunately, we cannot go upstairs because, oh, no, we have the elderly thing. Okay.
Stale water.
I'll take the vase, apparently. I don't know why. Maybe it'll come in handy.
The basement. Damn this wheelchair.
Yep, can't go down there. I kind of want to figure out what happened to his, like, legs. You know, why he can't. Okay, so we need a lock here. All we have is the vase. Let me inspect it. Yeah. Have to use something with the water or something. Okay, we're good there. Oh, we can use the water in the fireplace to cool off the poker. And then we can use the poker to pry the baseboard. I think that would work.
Let's hope that worked.
There we go.
Now, if I can find the sweet spot.
Oh. There we go. Get it? Okay, she's got a whole bunch of things here.
This bone inlay is very ornate. Old, too. It's too dull to reflect. Just as well. I haven't slept in days.
Alrighty. Teddy bear.
Smells old and dusty. It hasn't been used recently. Now, why would she hide you?
Rattle.
The detail is outstanding.
The intro when a baby got stolen, did she steal a baby maybe back in the day and wants to keep that a secret?
And what's this?
Okay, so this is her family tree. Emma Dorr, Charlotte Dorr, Aaron Lee, Margaret Wilde.
Family tree.
What on earth are you doing in my house, Mr. Conway?
Mrs. Doer.
It's Lady Doer to you. We live in polite society, last I checked.
Lady Doer. Let me explain.
It had better be a bloody good explanation. Go on.
There was an intruder in your house.
I'll say.
I believed they were here for Charlotte May. I believed you were in danger, so I came over to help.
And where is this so-called intruder now, Mr. Conway? I trust you tried to apprehend him.
Sadly, no.
So it's just you and your word, then? Your daughter's a police officer, Mr. Conway. You should have called her.
I believed your danger to be too immediate, my lady. I was concerned for your safety.
You can cut that nonsense out right away. If you were concerned about me, then you would have knocked on my door or checked on me. Instead, I come out to find you at this ungodly hour prying up my floorboards. This is clearly a matter for the police. And how, may I ask, did you know to look under there?
Look, I can see you don't suffer fools, my lady, so I'll just come out.
No need, Mr. Conway. You've been spying on all of us from your window. Not very subtle, if I do say so.
Very astute. But please, if I may, I merely came over to ask you a few questions.
I suppose you want to know why I stored my belongings under the floor.
I want to know why they're all children's belongings.
Charlotte May. I'm not given to the kidnapping of young girls.
Why don't you just tell me what you were doing then?
Very well. For the past few months, things have been going missing from my home. Bits and bobs, really, but as you can see, the simplest of things in this house would fetch a pretty penny. Last week, it was one of my porcelain dolls. I'm of the suspicion that my maid is stealing from me. So I hid my most cherished possessions under my floorboards. I've had that silver mirror you just found since I was a small child. It's worth more than Dahlia View itself. Regrettably, my late husband and I, well, we don't have a child of our own to leave these things to. I see now that I should have hidden them better.
Do the maid stealing for money?
Fetch a pretty penny. Do you think your maid is stealing purely for the money?
I couldn't tell you. But it wouldn't be a first, would it?
I'm trying to decide whether money is a strong enough motive to abduct a child. Seems to be a theme going around here.
I thought I knew her. If you'd asked me a few weeks ago, I would have said there was no way. But now...
Who is your maid, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I say maid. She is a glorified cleaner. Shirley Downs.
Shirley? Your neighbour?
Yes, she owns the pub next door. She needed a little extra cash, and I needed my house to stop falling apart.
I see.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Has she cleaned here long?
A handful of months. The upstairs, mainly. I have no interest in going up there these days. Too many memories, and I can only walk so far before my feet give in.
Do you think Shirley would break into your home? The intruder I saw. Could it be her, or someone you know?
You say you saw the intruder break in?
Well, out. They were picking the door, trying to lock it.
Picking it? What does that mean?
They had a... Trust me, they were up to no good with it.
I gave Shirley a key. I'm certain she has no need to do such a thing.
Lady Doer, would you allow me to search the upstairs of your property? I believe I may be able to shed some light on the situation, if you'd permit me.
We should call the police, surely.
Well, they haven't found Charlotte May yet, and they don't seem to be doing much about it. How about we postpone calling them for just a short while?
I do say, how Machiavellian, Mr. Conway. You asked me to lie to the police. To your daughter, no less.
Not at all. Just to postpone calling, in the pursuit of knowledge.
The stair lift. I believe it still works. There should be another wheelchair up there somewhere. My late husband's.
Alrighty. Let's take that key.
Thank you.
At least someone wants us to, figure out what happened here. All right, and hopefully the wheelchair is somewhere close by up here.
I haven't been up there for a year or two now. You will share what you find?
It would be my pleasure.
Yeah, we might as well tell her what we find. I don't know why you would say no in the beginning. Maybe if you found something terrible. But it is her house. She has a right to know, so that's what we'll do. Look at her husband there chilling with that wine glass.
Oh, and Mr. Conway, there's no electricity. You might want to use the lanterns.
That's kind of strange too that she's not using, she has no electricity. But it might just be because the house is so old, she never had the fixtures put in. Well, at least the wheelchair is very close by.
Now, to find out what our intruder was up to.
Alright, we're going medieval on him. With this wheelchair that we just found. Okay, so time to explore. So it's a gas lamp. Looks like we might need some things to get that going.
Looks like I need some kind of lever to turn this.
Interesting. Strange things around here.
Locked from the other side.
Very strange. She hasn't been here in a whole year and everything's pretty much locked up. His office.
Oh, what's this?
Right. The time is 10:50 on the 22nd. Let's have another look.
And she's looking at the house.
The telescope is pointed right at Mr. Morgan's house. Was she spying on Charlotte May? The 22nd was the night that Charlotte May was taken. Let's hear what she has to say.
I wonder if it has anything to do with Seddon and Sons. Could be the year.
Seddon and Sons. I've seen that name. She said it could be the year, whatever that means. I'd better try to find it.
Interesting. There's nothing really else here that I can see. Is that shoe? Could be the year. Oh, there it is.
Ah, there you are. Now what was Shirley doing with you?
Now,
You're trying to unlock something that's locked.
By the sounds of it, she was trying to open something in this room. Lady Doe was right. Shirley's stealing from her.
now, where was I? Oh, for God's sake, Larry. I sent you home an hour ago. Not your shoe. Idiot.
The shoe's Larry's.
What on earth was this Larry up to? Sounds like he was a drunken fool.
Let's take a look at... What the hell?
What did she see? Charlotte May? Well, this is moments before the attack.
Interesting.
So, after Shirley found what she was looking for, she rushed out of this house. I need to talk to her soon.
It's weird how she hasn't really told anybody what she saw, but makes sense. She's afraid.
The flowers weren't even here that night, so they can't be relevant.
See if there's anything else of value.
She could see Charlotte May from here if she wanted to.
Nothing really else. Our room.
She could have seen into my living room. A little disconcerting.
Yeah,
People
the
in glass houses.
bad guy here could have been using this telescope to watch our guy. I think that's everything, though. I don't really see anything else that might be of value. Also, that's like the most important stuff there, so let's leave.
I do not like how that tape ended. Oh, this was days ago. For now, let's try to finish what she started and open something in this room.
To Shirley. Find the box the intruder was using near the upstairs window. Shirley was looking through the telescope in Lord Door's office. She left abruptly after seeing something to do with one of her neighbors. Was it Charlotte May? Lady Dore accused Shirley of stealing valuables. She's either right or paranoid. Lady Dore didn't fall for my charm for a moment. She must have been watching me for days. To Shirley. Miss Downs, I've appraised the items you brought in last Thursday. It's quite a collection. Some brief notes on each item follow. The lacquered wood cigarette case with the inset sapphire stone and silver trim looks genuine. Interesting lid engraving with the maker's initials looks like a good piece. The Madagascan gold brooch with pearl inlay and abalone rim is quite a rare find, definitely of interest. I'm uncertain about the silver hairbrush with floral patterning. Some of the detailing leads me to believe it might be a replica. The silver candlestick holder with a ruby inlay looks to me like a genuine Edwardian piece. E. Trilby.
Shirley's been gathering valuables. Perhaps Lady Doe was right.
Yep, she's stealing.
It could have been this. Shirley was trying to steal something from inside it.
Possibly, but we don't really know what the code is so far.
Locked. Of course it is.
2 keys for that. Nothing on this. Reginald, old chap, can you believe it's been 40 years since we built your first ship, Jewel? Now look at you. You're a man of money and means. I'm writing to let you know that I'm retiring at the end of the month and thought you should hear from the old man directly. My son Peter will be carrying on the business, so nothing will change for your shipping needs. I have to thank you. I wouldn't be able to retire so soon if it wasn't for all the business you've given me. As a thank you, please accept the bottle of Pete Hill. They don't make these anymore. It should go some way as to show how grateful I am. Your friend James, Jackson's Metalwork. Need to get into the box and find out what the intruder was looking for. Search the upstairs, find a way to open up both locks. Lord Reginald Dorr was a boat builder for over 40 years. His first boat must have been his pride and joy. Something I really want to think of is in the spyglass.
What was she looking at that she needed for this room?
1854. That's what I want to try. I think she chose the wrong one. Let's see first. There we go.
Good.
Pete Hill Reserve.
Pete Hill Reserve. Well, at least Lord Dower had good taste.
Oh, we can take it. And a key.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Shirley Downs.
Alrighty, and we can probably use this key to open up one of the locks. No. So the key unlocks something else. Interesting. There we go. The model room, but I don't want to go in there just yet. I want to kind of explore a little bit more of this room.
The Dower crest. Very fancy.
Nothing there. Let's check on the other side of the room. We haven't even gone over there. There is a candle.
Lord Dower must have been a war hero.
Definitely take the lighter. Looks like we can't really do anything with the thing there.
Oh, this has some weight to it.
Take that. We might be able to use that later, maybe. It's interesting. In the McKees, their weight wasn't there either. There's a letter here. Oh, maybe we need to put something there.
If I had something flat to slide down this drawer.
Nope. We need something flat, apparently.
Why on earth would they want to tear this painting?
Oh, it's the little girl that they didn't have, quote unquote. Because she said, you know, they didn't have no children. So maybe they did kidnap a child in the beginning. But anyways, we're going to stop there today. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. In the next one, we'll look into the model room.